Sorry, when I practice this at home, in my mind, the applause goes on a lot longer. I'm Tom Tolley. I grew up in New Jersey, so you probably know me best from hearing them say my name just now. Enough about me. Here's a joke. Yesterday I learned that rear-ending someone can also mean being in a car accident. I know, I like that one too. So I feel I'm a little uncomfortable up here tonight because I usually practice these routines in the shower. So normally when I'm doing this, I'm naked and wet. And I don't have a dartboard in the shower. And my family crest is over here. Whatever. Oh, sorry, I totally forgot. I have a couple of housekeeping items. The owner of the white Subaru Legacy wagon, license plate BAL 144. Your wife just left you for your business partner, Steve. And they left in your white Subaru Legacy wagon, so you're gonna need a ride home. And this one is a disclaimer. We all have to do this. It's because of all the sexual harassment issues that are swirling around now. I would like to proactively apologize for any offensive behavior I may display this evening, real or perceived. It's not my intention to offend anyone, unless you're my mom. I didn't realize that one was going to get weird. Or your name is Steve. You know who you are, Steve. In addition, if I inadvertently touch anyone's breasts or vagina during my set, please let me assure you it was purely unintentional, but I wouldn't mind buying you a drink after. Finally, if I accidentally have sex with anyone during my 5-minute set, please try to remember it's not sexual harassment. I'm just a people person. Down now, right? So I don't understand women. Big surprise. I'm dating this girl now. We got into this huge fight last week, and I couldn't tell you what it was about. But she was so angry at me, and she was yelling, and I was thinking to myself, I wonder if the Pats are going to trade Gronkowski. And she always hits me with these arguments in these small, confined spaces where I can't get away, like the car or my life. And I try to listen to her, I really do, but she always tries to talk to me during football season. So dating is very different when you're a grown-up. All that stuff you used to worry about when you were a kid, you don't worry about anymore. Like, I don't have to worry about that my parents won't approve of my new girlfriend because they're dead. You kind of saw that one coming. The stuff you worry about when you're young around dating are things like, mostly around sex. You know, will I get to second base tonight? You know, is her mom open to joining us for a threesome? Now that I'm older, I definitely don't want her mom joining us for a threesome. But I worry about other things, like, does she have a lot of stairs in her house? Will she mind if I try to have sex with her the first Tuesday of every month? And the dating rituals and rules, they're all different too. So, for instance, now I have to take a picture of my penis and send it to women who haven't asked for it. Okay.
We love this next guy here at the Winner's Circle, and I think of all the comics we have here, this guy's got one of the greatest alliteration names. Please welcome Tom Tolley, everybody. Tom Tolley.
Hang on a sec. So I almost didn't make it here tonight. Some people have a bad sense of direction. I have a bad sense of dimension. I have trouble with up. Oh, that's how that works. So I just want to start out by saying I want to accomplish two things tonight. One, I'd like to utilize this entire space. And secondly, I'm going to try to suck in my gut for the entire 5 minutes that I'm up here. I just have to say, I love this faux brick. I'm not joking. It feels like home to me. Growing up in the 60s, as a kid, my mom discovered it and she glued it all over the house. And now if I just had some fat drunk guy yelling at me to make him another Manhattan, I'd feel right at home. So, I had a weird experience getting here tonight. I was driving out of Boston, just finished the marathon. I never understood those people who wanted to do it all at once. So I was late, so I got in the carpool lane, and the cops are on to the whole mannequin in the passenger seat thing. So here's what I did to, so I wouldn't get pulled over. I let the mannequin drive. I know, right? But my mannequin is black, so we got pulled over anyway. I can say that because a lot of my friends are mannequins. Here's the weird part. We get off the highway in Salisbury, and I say to my GPS navigation, take me to the Winner's Circle. And it says, in 0.8 miles, take a left and reevaluate your life choices. So, last week I had my identity stolen, and they gave it back because they realized they had to spend Thanksgiving with my family. So last night is it okay if I move this? It's all right. Okay. Can you keep an eye on this for me? It's I just like 4.5 minutes. All right. Thank you. Could you like keep it a little closer? Because this guy looks a little sketchy to me. I don't want to. My name's Tom, by the way. What's your name? Linda. Linda, do you mind if I use your name in one of my delightful vignettes? So, last night when Linda and I were doing it, sorry, I didn't mean to imply that we were having sex last night. That was Sunday night. Last night I was with somebody else. No, I wasn't. You were the only girl for me. So, dating is weird when you're older. I recently had to break up with a girl, and she was a little controlling, and she started asking me all these really personal questions. Like, you know, you get to that place in the relationship where the women start asking you, you know, where do you think this relationship is going? And what's your real name? I know, right? Like, whoa, I can't keep anything private? Like, what's she gonna come over next week and have dinner with me and my wife? So that was sad, breaking up with somebody. And so I find that when bad things are going on in my life, I find it helps if I think about boobs. I mean, really, can we just stop pretending that boobs don't matter? That they're not the most awesome things ever created? And there's always one female friend of mine who's like, what's wrong with you? You're obsessed. But I wish I didn't have these things sometimes. They just get in the way. They're just big mounds of flesh, you know. Yeah, I know. And I also know that most women don't talk that way. But I grew up in New Jersey with a mother and 4 sisters, and that's what I heard. Why are you going out with her? She's kind of a jerk. Have you seen her boobs? So I'm going to read you a poem. I had a girlfriend, we were dating for a few months. I wrote her this beautiful acrostic poem, and she didn't like it. And I just kind of want to get a second opinion. And just as a refresher, an acrostic is you take the person's name, each letter starts a sentence about that person. So if you were going to write an acrostic about the name Steve, for instance, it would be Steve. S is for you stole my girlfriend, you son of a bitch, I hope you die. So picture us in a kind of a quiet, tender moment, and I decide this is the time I'm going to pull this out and read it to her. Maybe we could dim the lights, and do you have any like smooth jazz or something? Perfect. Janet. Janet, J is for the joy that you bring to my heart. A is for already being better than my last girlfriend, Sue. N is for never talking about your old boyfriends, which I hate. E is for elephants, which I love. And T is for try just a little harder not to make that sound when you chew your food and we'll be good. What woman is going to resist that, right? So I can't believe what she said to me. I read her this poem and she says, my name isn't Janet. So then I said the dumbest thing probably that I've ever said, which is, are you sure? So she's my ex-girlfriend, which brings me to lessons learned from this experience. I need to date women named Janet. Maybe there's a Janet here tonight, or at least somebody who doesn't get all bent out of shape if I call them Janet. No? That's all I have for you tonight. Thank you very much.